I'm Mariana Van Zeller, and I'm in Southern California to look into a growing movement in America. People who claim the Earth is flat. They call themselves the Flat Earthers, and we're here to try to understand what's behind this unconventional view and how it can affect the rest of us. Tell me, what is this movement all about?
This movement is about changing the world, literally. You think for the longest time that you live here. But what if it wasn't this? What if this was just the illusion? The only reason NASA was founded in 1958 was to keep this thing under wraps as best they could.
Why? Why?
Think of the shock waves. If all of a sudden you're telling a civilization that this model, this isn't it anymore, Flat Earth is the last conspiracy anyone ever looks at.
Mark and his fellow flat earthers seem to be pretty convinced that the Earth is flat and that we've all been lied to for all these years. But I'm interested in knowing what kind of impact this might have, not only for science, but for society at large. So we're heading to meet with an astrophysicist that we hope can answer some of these questions. Did you ever think a few years ago that you'd be having this discussion for National Geographic?
It's frankly shocking. We've known for 2,000 years, based on observations you can make with your own eyes, that the world is round.
But they have all the evidence right in front of them and they still choose not to believe in it.
You know, who knows what motivates people from the inside to believe these things? But science is important. Science is valuable. Science saves lives. It makes our lives better and more comfortable. And it enriches us intellectually. And to question what scientists are saying and suggest that they're part of some massive international global conspiracy, it's really scary.
Are they a threat to the work that you do as a scientist?
If, say, governments stop funding science because of some kind of anti-science, anti-intellectual feedback they're getting from the populace, that's when it really starts getting dangerous for our civilization.
And as the war on science heats up, some Americans are fighting back.
We're heading to the largest lake in California to meet the Independent Investigations Group, which is a group that essentially debunks paranormal claims. And they want to do a round Earth test, basically a test that will prove that the Earth is not flat, but that it is round.
Let's go. We're ready to launch. You ready, Craig?
James, how are you?
Okay.
Okay, so what's happening here right now?
Okay, this is the boat-based target. It's horizontal stripes. We're going to launch a small boat out into the water here with a striped target. Come on, Betty! And as it gets farther and farther out, you'll start to lose the stripes.
One way that Aristotle proved 2,000 years ago that the Earth is a sphere was with a boat test, very similar to this one. As a boat approaches the horizon, it appears to slowly dip down into the water before disappearing completely. That's got everything to do with the curvature of the Earth. If the planet was flat, the entire boat would remain visible.
Please note that under the going over the horizon analogy, there should be nothing visible beyond the boat. So this will come into play a little later.
So it'll be a very visual depiction of the curvature of the Earth.
And what's really interesting is that some of the flat earthers, including Mark Sargent, are actually going to be here for this test. They want to see it for themselves. What do you think is going to happen here today?
I appreciate a scientific group coming out and trying to do this test. Great. Appreciate the enthusiasm. But cannot work.
Cannot work?
Spencer, tell us when you're ready.
I'm ready. Bring it up.
So it's starting?
Yeah.
Okay, so the test is starting. It's starting right now.
At first, all the stripes are clearly visible. But sure enough, as the boat reaches the horizon, the stripes begin to disappear one by one.
It's pretty amazing. You can actually see it pretty clearly with this camera here. And you see that the red stripe that was at the bottom has completely disappeared, and it's now getting closer to sort of the middle green stripe, that is.
So we've lost about 1.5 stripes.
Are these people blind or just lying on purpose? You can actually very clearly see the red stripe is still visible at the bottom, and the way they put it in the water is actually touching the water, and it's about a 6-inch stripe, and you can see probably about half of it. So that means only about 3 inches of the flag has been obscured by some minor waves, And on top of everything, you can actually see the real horizon behind the flag and the ships, which couldn't happen if the boat was going over the edge.
This is a demonstration. It doesn't change anything for you.
Lord, no.
Mark, do you really believe this stuff? Tell me the truth. I'm serious.
I absolutely 100% believe we are not on a globe. We are part of a giant studio set. All the world's a stage, and you're on it.